Well, welcome to another Parts Factory tutorial installation video. Today we're going to be chucking this master control switch into this 2012 Hyundai I20 hatchback. Currently we only stock the 4-button master switches for this particular model. The 2-button switches are coming, however they're not in stock as of February 2021. Fairly straightforward job. We'll pull the door card off the door of the car. We will remove the old switch off the bottom of the unit and throw the new one up in the card, reinstall the door card. Alright, let's get into it. Now before we go any further guys, I wanted to remind you, if you've seen any of our videos before, that we do offer the hashtag PartsFactoryOz service on our Instagram and Facebook. Basically, if you hashtag PartsFactoryOz, you'll see our hashtag pop up. You can ask, and you post a post, you can ask me any question, car related, mechanical repairs, advice, tips, tricks, etc, etc, and yeah, I'll answer it all for free online as your DIY online mechanic. Alright, let's get into the fit. Right, so this is the unit we're replacing here, but in order to get into it you actually have to pull the whole door card off. Now don't worry about that, it's actually not that hard. I'll demonstrate how to do it right now. Let's go. Okay, first things first guys, along the edge there are plastic trims. Basically all you're doing is popping them off like that one, and yep, that one's already done. Second step, up in this door handle you'll notice there's a little flap. All we do is just use a flathead screwdriver and pop open that flap. Swapping to a Phillips head screwdriver, we're going to take this Phillips head screw straight out of the back of the handle. We'll place our Phillips head screw somewhere safe. We have one in the master control switch or hand pocket or whatever you want to call it. Unscrew it out of there. Lift it out with your finger. Placing it somewhere safe. Now that you've undone those two, you should find, after you remove that trim, that this door card will just lift off. Now, once you have it lifted off like that, you want to go to the back of the door card and pull off 2 white trims. Now you can see just there the 2 white tabs we're going to be pulling off from this door handle. Literally all you're doing, 1, 2. Now the rest is just on the end there, and I'm sure now that you've got a bit more room to move in there, you'll be able to work out how to get that done. So we removed those 2 little wires off the door handle. 1 and 2. Then you have 1 plug here. Then you've got a couple plugs that lead into the switch itself. You should be able to unplug them from the back of the card. You got 1 and 2. All we're doing is depressing these little tabs and pulling them out, and there you go. You've made it to where we operate on the master control switch. Right, now that you've got your door card off, I'm going to set up just here like this. I'm going to assess what the next step is. Right, at this point I determined that you couldn't pull the master switch out of the bracket itself. The bracket had to be pulled from the door card. Now they are plastic welded on. It did take me a few minutes, but they pull out. There's about 5 plastic welds along the ridge. You can see them there, and there is 2 Phillips head screws on each end of the master switch mold and 1 in the dead center. After that's done, then the unit will just pull out, and you'll see me do it here. Right, what I ended up having to do was actually pull it from the door card itself. Now, it's plastic welded along the edges, but don't worry, when you put this all back in, it'll sit back in firmly, not a problem. You got pressure clips along the side, and you actually have 3 fixing Phillips head screws that'll hold it all in place. Okay, now we're back up to this step. This is when we now pull out that final Phillips head screw we couldn't actually end up accessing. That'll allow us to pull the mirror switch out of the way. And finally, the master switch. By the way guys, just before we chuck this new one back in, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we actually have these products online on our website at www.partsfactoryoz.com.au. I believe the starting price as of February 2021 was $100 or $98.30. That includes free express postage, 3-year warranty, and of course this tutorial video. Alright, let's throw it back in. To start, we just rest it back into the area and find our Phillips head bolts or screws or whatever you want to call it. We start, we then lay our mirror switch back in on top of the master switch. We start with our Phillips head screw, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Give them a tighten. Right, so we want to put it through the top, placing it back into the original holes. You should hear a nice thud as it clips back in. And we want to begin by poking the plastic welds back through their little holes. Right, we want to start by putting our fixing screws back in. There's one there, nice and tight. One. And remember, we have one down this end, just at the very, very end of the bracket itself. Tightening that up, pulling it down close. Not too tight though. You don't want to strip where the bolt actually goes. 1, 2, and 1 down here at the bottom of the unit. Okay guys, so at this point, with these plastic welds, if you do have a soldering iron at your house, I'd recommend just pressing down on this area here, throwing in some super glue, or attack it with a soldering iron, guys, just to reactivate those bonds. That'll basically make it seal up nice and flush and look professional as it was from the factory. Right, same thing in reverse, guys. We want to put our master control switch plugs back on. 1, 2, then we want to bring our inner door handle cables back across, placing them back in. 1, 2. Then this is the point where we want to put our door card back on. Just like that. Once you have it hanging over the top of the sill, just tap around the edges, just like that. Next step is obviously to put our screws back in. We've got one that goes into the handle here. Just like that. And the second one that goes into the door opening handle. Just like that. Don't forget your little plastic trim. Punch it on like that, and that's job complete, guys. Right guys, all done. Today we've installed the master control switch on this Hyundai I20 hatchback. Very, very straightforward really. The hardest part would probably be having to do the plastic welding. I haven't done that on my car. This is a scrap car, so I'm not going to justify that, but it's very easy. Bit of super glue and we'll get that sorted. Remember, head onto the website if you're into the product. Hashtag PartsFactoryOz if you have any questions or concerns. And one more thing, If you are purchasing our products on our website, make sure you keep a hold of the magnet that I included. There's only going to be 1,000 of these bad boys that are released to the public. Chuck it on your fridge. Two things: it has a IR code for a special Linktree application that will give you free access to our premium membership that will be a future that will be released in the future. That will give you continued access to our free online mechanic software that's in production at the moment. It's not always going to be free either, so obviously. Alright guys, I'm Lucas Trabsch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.